A Fort Washington man accused of double murder is sentenced. Good evening. This is CTV News for this Friday, January the 11th. I'm Sonia Shrivastava.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Well, it's been nearly a year and a half since Quindell Mercer brutally shot and killed his mother and stepbrother in their Fort Washington home. Family and friends of the victims asked for the maximum sentence, saying their lives will never be the same. Denise Douglas has more on what happened in the courtroom.
In the courthouse today, as the judge was sentencing Quindell Mercer, she told him that he was evil. He shot back, telling her that she was evil, but she put a stop to that, telling him she would not allow him to talk over her. When that was all done, she ended up sentencing him to the maximum. As the judge said, Quindell Mercer will never see the light of day again. She sentenced him to 110 years in prison.
I do agree with her. She wasn't playing from the start with this whole trial with him. She showed no remorse.
Mercer shot his mother, Patricia Harris, and stepbrother Frank Lamar Harris in August 2011. He then put their bodies on a sofa in their Fort Washington home to make it look like they were sleeping. After the hearing, family and friends of the victim say they were pleased with the outcome.
What he had got today was the best thing that ever happened to this whole family, knowing all the time that we know that he would not be able to come out at no time at all.
In handing down the maximum, the judge told Mercer he has destroyed the Harris family. Deputy State's Attorney Tara Jackson agrees that the punishment fits the crime.
The message continues to be that we will not tolerate violence on the streets of our community, and especially in this case. This was a horrific case. Mr. Mercer killed his mother and his stepbrother in their home. And even today, he showed no remorse.
And Brian Moore can never forget the memories of the man Mercer took away. Though the sentencing brings closure, he says his life will never be the same without Harris, his high school buddy.
It's just like a piece of me is dead now, and it's like, well, I have a friend like him. I mean, there was nobody I really trusted with any information other than him. He was just an easy person to get along with.
After all of this, neither the lawyers nor the family knows what the motive was in the murders, which leaves many people still wondering exactly why he did it. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
Ed Mercer had a lengthy criminal history, which includes numerous weapons-related offenses.
Well, the 2013 General Assembly has just begun, and already debate over Maryland's controversial death penalty law is heating up. And while some state leaders, including Governor Martin O'Malley, continue their drive for its repeal, one state lawmaker is pushing back. Delegate Pat McDonough says he plans to introduce several bills mandating capital punishment for certain violent crimes.
One of them is mass murder. For example, in the state of Maryland, if someone were to go into Montgomery County and kill 30 or 40 children in an elementary school and they got convicted, they would get life without parole. They also might get convicted of insanity, 15 years at Patuxent, then they're back out on the streets and they can actually vote because convicted felons can vote in Maryland. So for correctional officers, law enforcement, contract murders, serial killers, and mass murderers, we believe the death penalty must remain.
Now, the NAACP, along with activists and state leaders, will hold a rally in Annapolis next week calling for an end to the death penalty in Maryland. Now, civil rights organizations has made abolishing capital punishment in the state a national priority for 2013.
The governor and state housing officials spent part of the day in a revitalized area of downtown Annapolis showcasing a new rental development. Governor O'Malley says the community is one of many that will be built using $25 million in state funds to help bring more affordable rental housing and jobs to Maryland. Tenant Gracie Curtis moved in a week ago and says she's very thankful for the program and beyond happy.
I love it. That's about all I can say about it. I mean, it's wonderful. We have a 2-bedroom townhouse. The cost is within our budget. The size is a little bit smaller. You know, my living room and my dining room is like combined, but it's nice. I'm lost for words for the second time in my life.
The $25 million will leverage about an additional $180 million in private sector funds that go into the development of these projects. So we'll have over $200 million going into the state's economy, creating jobs, creating expenditures for things like buying the bricks to build the housing, buying appliances that'll go in, and so forth. So it's a great program in terms of stimulating the economy. In addition, we'll be creating about 1,100 units of affordable housing and creating about 1,900 jobs overall.
And Skinner says the Housing Department is already reviewing proposals for similar rental projects in Prince George's and Montgomery counties and Baltimore City.
Well, flu season is here, and it's hit harder than expected. Officials say vaccine supplies are running short, and local emergency rooms are overwhelmed with increased patients. According to the Washington Post, manufacturers have shipped out more than 100 million doses of the flu vaccine, and that's nearly 95% of the annual total. Now, health officials say manufacturers are not able to make more because the process is long and complicated. Now, while vaccines are low, a few facilities still have a limited supply. Laurel Regional Hospital, located at 7300 Van Dusen Road, will hold a free flu shot clinic Tuesday, January 15th from 2 to 7 p.m. Public health officials encourage the community to also visit flushot.healthmap.org to locate additional providers with vaccine supplies. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Sonia Shrivastava.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.